not every day is good, but there is good in every day. And essentially, I think that captures the essence of what Chairlift Chatss is all about. Hello, and welcome back or welcome to Chairlift Chatss. Chairlift Chatss is a podcast that James and I kind of thought about one day. We were on a chairlift and we realised how many great, authentic conversations we were having with friends, strangers, family, essentially like a elevator pitch about whatever's going on in the world. But we really wanted to put a positive spin on this and just chatting about living an authentic life. So, my name is Chelsea. I'm one of your hosts, and as always, I'm joined by my brother,
James Widdicombe. Great to be on the podcast again and talking about a great topic this week.
Bring it on. What have we got?
I'm very excited to talk about this topic. So, this week we're going to be talking about the purpose of social media and how we can put a good spin onto that.
Yeah.
Our podcast is obviously Authentic Chats, but we also, are a lifestyle sort of channel as well. So, we talk about, enjoying life, getting out there, having fun, but we try to do that in a positive way. And we also like to share the good news. So happy news and good stuff that's out there. So
actually, I'm going to start us off with a quote that really captures this. This just came into my mind is not every day is good, but there is good in every day. And essentially, I think that captures the essence of what Chairlift Chatss is all about is when stuff goes wrong, as it will, it's about looking at what happened in that day that you can still be grateful for, because every day we should be grateful to be alive, grateful for the people that are around us, the opportunities that we might get to see nature all around. It's like in Love Actually, when I think it's Hugh Grant's character says, when you think about it, love actually is all around.
Yeah.
And it's just about finding the beauty in every day.
Hugh Grant. Yes, well, that's exactly right. It's about trying to find the enjoyment of a bad situation potentially, or if you're having a bad day, turn on that playlist that you love.
Yes.
Get into the car, get your mojo going, find some happiness for the day, because I tell you, the days are 24 hours. Your work day,
tick, tick, tick.
Your work day goes for 8 of them, maybe longer, and you need to find enjoyment. If you're not finding enjoyment out of what you do, it's a slow burn. It's a struggle. So getting into our first topic of what I want to talk about with socials in particular, it's a very, like when you're going through Instagram or Facebook and you're just scrolling, depending on what you've liked and things like that, the algorithm adjusts to what you've liked. Now, you may have liked something without knowing that you've done it, or you've just done it because you go, oh, I kind of like that. That's cool. But then what the algorithm does is it starts circulating that back into your feed, and it can be so draining and tiring.
Yeah.
That's one thing that annoys me. But what about you?
I'm actually really good at curating my feeds, particularly on Instagram and TikTok, because I've been really conscious of the videos and photos that I've liked. And then I've also saved these kind of posts into categories as well of wellness, music, fashion, snowboarding, everything like that, quotes. And I've really found that I've curated a really nice feed so that when I log on to my socials and have a bit of a scroll, it's actually full of positivity and things that I want to see. So being conscious of what you like is what you get back. That happens in life. The energy that you put out into the world, the way you treat people is often what you get back. So really the algorithm is just copying reality, I think.
So would you say the algorithm is spot on? And do you think
No, I wouldn't say it's spot on, because, everyone still gets negativity, because essentially negativity spreads very quickly.
It can, yeah.
And it's people want to talk about it. I think sometimes people put themselves down because essentially they want to relate to people. So say you're talking about something that you've done in your work life and gone, oh, I stuffed this up, I'm on a downward spiral.
And your phone listens to you.
Your phone listens to you, and then it shows all of that. Whereas I find that when you say, oh my gosh, I'm doing so well in life at the moment, everything's feeling so good, the energy is so, that also works. So I think being really conscious of what you're putting out is really going to affect what you bring in.
I think it's hard as well though, because some people like to get updated on news and things like
Of
that.
course, yeah.
And the news, for whatever reason, the media are very negative about everything in the world, probably because there is a lot of negativity to share, and it's probably easier to share those things for the media. But it also brings a lot of negativity and hate and
Doom and
doom
gloom.
and gloom onto your feed, which is no good for your mental health. And I think it's important to, try and find that balance. And it's hard. It is really hard because it definitely annoys me. And I tell you what, I have to put this in. It's kind of funny, but
Kind
what
of.
is it with? I feel like just it doesn't matter what profile you're in. If you're a male and you like one photo of a girl, the next day your feed is just chockers, full of bikini models and everything, and
All because of one
all
photo.
because of one photo. It's like, okay, yes, like we get it, but you don't need to
Do you know what?
flood us with that.
My feed works in the same way, except I liked like how to make a crochet bunny, and so now I've
Yeah.
got like crochet
But then, like,
everywhere on my
exactly,
feed.
and you get that out, you filter it through, and you click on some
So you got
motorbikes
to
or some, water skiing, whatever it is. It's fun.
create
Like,
some more balance, James.
yeah, exactly. You got to create the balance. So I think, you've just got to be careful with how you approach the negativity with Facebook, Instagram, and your socials. But
And limiting it as well, and realizing what is real and what isn't, which is becoming harder and harder with AI images and literally like companies selling you things from one place that it means another. And it's essentially, it's not just selling you products anymore online. When you get these ads, they're selling you the lifestyle.
yeah,
It's, you've got to go to these places, you've got to look like this certain way, which really is again why we love skiing and snowboarding so much, because it takes that social media ness out of it a bit, because it's just so raw. You're just so one with nature that you can't be just stuffing around the whole time and worrying about what people think about you, because you're unrecognizable.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tough one. It's a hard balance to find, but that's
Work on curating your feed. Create, I don't know if on Instagram you do this, but you can save posts on
yes. Oh
Instagram.
yeah, I do
And
that.
I
Yeah.
save things. I almost use Instagram and TikTok now like the same way I use Pinterest, by saving things into categories, for all aspects of my life. And it keeps things really organized. And if you're looking for something positive, you're like, oh, what was that video of that dog that was just so cute and made me smile? You can then go find it saved under cute dog pictures or
And
cute
just
dog videos or
scroll under
something.
that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good from social media and everything like that, and how to curate your page. But I want to talk about how socials and everything has benefited businesses,
Yeah.
and how it puts a positive swing on business models and specific kind of retail, and retail to say a construction business as well.
Yeah.
What do you think works, and what do you think use improvement when it comes to the marketing side and socials
What I
with businesses?
Well, what I admire about it is how personal it can be, because you can really discover who your audience is, who's purchasing from you, who wants to purchase from you, and then curate your content as a business to suit that market. I think that's really cool. Say it's a clothing brand and they have stores, they can then get their staff in stores to show you how to style what they're wearing. And just, we're all just people. And by showing that the girl in the shop can do it, shows how you can bring that into your life. I think that's really positive and really, really marketable, because it's about, again, not just being a product, but how it impacts your life.
Yeah, and I think it's benefited businesses massively.
Yeah.
Just by getting
The
it.
reach
Yeah,
itself
the
is
reach, getting your
incredible.
brand
The
out there.
virality.
I think that's great, but it can also put a negative, like, there's pros and cons to both, like, obviously social media and putting your brand out there for people to see it, because they can sometimes read things the wrong way
Yeah.
and not like things that you do. Look, you can't please everyone. That's the way of the world, but it's definitely something to consider when you're, as a business, using social media platforms.
I think it's just so much unlimited potential to get there with like trending sounds and things like that. It's something I'm constantly learning about, and I find it super interesting how it's ever evolving, ever changing, which kind of makes it accessible.
Yeah.
If you're a small business, established business, how can you be constantly revitalizing your business?
Yeah, definitely. So nowadays as well, in the modern era of social media and technology, you start diving into AI.
Mm.
Now, AI technology, I think, is something that, I mean, you can make money from it. There's a lot of people making money from it with AI bots and trading bots and things like that. And I think it's really cool. I think it's great for school kids because you now no longer need to write an essay because you just type into AI and go, hey, write me an essay on this, and it's done.
Look,
I
it
think,
definitely can help you, especially like even if it doesn't write your full essay, like it gives you structure, it helps you. I mean, people are using it for resume writing, but again for school kids, the mathematical equations, you literally scan it and it
ah,
does it for you. And if you know how in school they'd be like, don't just give me the answer, I want to see the
I know,
working out.
I hate
You
that.
can ask AI to give you the working out as well. I'm like,
Because the back of the book's always got the answers. So why would I?
I know, but it had the answers, but didn't have the working out. That
No, no.
was so
You know the answer, but
absolute
how do you
life
get
hack
there?
for getting through school.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But then, yeah. So I think AI has definitely got its advantages, and there's disadvantages for school teachers trying to teach their kids how to
It's a
actually
new
do things.
era, that's
It
for
is a
sure.
new
There's
era,
some
but I wish it was around
challenges
for
there.
us. I wish it was around for us going
I would
through.
have been on top of it. I would have been an
Oh,
expert.
100%. And
Which
people,
is intelligence in itself. You know,
oh,
teachers are
yeah.
saying, oh, it's really bad because kids aren't learning. But I feel like, yes, they are. They're learning to adapt. Like, you think about the workplace. Like, I use AI in workplace. My boss actually encouraged me to learn it so that we could stay on top of technology and always be, like, ahead of the game. Um, don't be scared of things. I think that's the thing is, look, in drama class, the number one thing we learn is never say no in a conversation because as soon as you
No.
no because as soon as you do that, it's a blockage, end of conversation, and you might be on stage or whatever, and it just becomes really awkward, and that's what makes a bad performance. But if you say yes, the story continues, there's flow.
Ah,
And the same goes, I think, with AI is don't say no and freak out. Don't be a Karen.
don't be a Karen.
um, but learn. We can always be learning. Keep expanding those neuro pathways.
That's a good comment. I think that's true. You never don't be close-minded. Don't be no, don't be negative. Be open-minded.
Be open minded. Doesn't mean you have to be like the number one fan. Just be learning always.
Yes, and don't shut out what the possibilities. I mean, don't shut out the possibilities of what AI can do for you even at school. I've seen your little usage of AI coming in handy with
Ooh, what did I do?
I like the little slides that you created. You created like a happy Easter creative
I
character.
did,
And
yes.
I like that because it creates something. You
Do you
get up
mean the
and,
cute pastel one or the
yeah,
psycho
yeah,
chicken?
just the character.
I did a few.
And it just paints the picture for you straight away. I
Look,
think that's awesome.
I'm super happy with how my AI designs come out. Look, I'm an interior designer by trade, and so I'm learning it to do that. But the number one thing is that creatives are scared of when it comes to AI is it taking over your job. But I'm actually not scared of that because for AI to do a good job, you have to be able to instruct it exactly with what you want. Now, if you can't say it's a kitchen, if you can't visualize that kitchen, the right handles and the right cabinetry profile, AI is not going to be able to do it. So you as a designer have to be on top of what you can imagine.
So
Same goes for,
it still limits to what it can do.
but it is very good.
Mm.
Like when you describe it in the right ways, the images that you can create are so cool.
It's scary good.
I find it really fun to play with. Actually,
Oh, it's great fun.
it's
But
really cool.
it's scary good how good it is sometimes. AI.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, that's true.
it's such a powerful tool that's come in recently, and it's just fantastic.
I also one of my favorite AI tools. I don't know if this counts really, but I hate texting. It annoys me. I get
Oh,
things wrong
yeah.
all the time.
Siri helping
Siri,
out.
I literally, if you get a message from me, you're probably guaranteed that I'm just speaking to my phone. Like I'll be walking around just talking into my phone like James Bond or something because I hate typing on my phone. So I'm
True.
always not just I do voice memos too, but just actually and texting in the car is a no-no, right? But when you can do it via audio, I'm like driving home from work and sending messages to everyone
Oh, you can.
in a safe way, but thanks to AI.
Perfect. And I mean that's great. If it can help you make your job go quicker, you're not cheating.
No,
You're just being smarter.
You're
Work
using it as an
smarter,
aid.
working smarter, not harder.
I
I
really
think
like it.
that's
Yeah.
always I live words to live by. Words to live
Where's
by.
Flip? I like that.
So I also want to talk about how good it is when it comes to social media. I think it's great that we used to store all our photos and memories in books, and you'd come to it like in 10, 20 years time. Now you get a notification that pops up on Facebook or Instagram, and it gives you an
Oh,
idea
Apple does it
of
too.
what
Yeah.
you did, 7, 10,
I
12
love
years
it.
ago.
I really
And
like it.
I think that's a really good tool that Facebook uses. So again, another positive to what social media has brought in, at the fact that you can look at, really nice memories from, a few years ago.
Yeah, I love it. Like it shows all our ski trips.
Great, love it.
Like I just got a notification because it was Father's Day and we were at the snow for Father's Day a couple of years ago and we got all those photos come through and I'm like, oh, look at all our friends and the memories we had, and it's such a feel good. And
Great,
I'm like,
authentic moments.
this is AI technology creating essentially a photo book for you. And
100%.
it does it of your dog, it does it of your
It does
family.
everything.
I know, it will pop up with our dog and I'm like, oh, this is Maisie.
Yeah, it's great.
I really like
And
it.
iPhone, I don't know if other phones do this, but my phone does a little movie of not only photos, but like your videos that you've
And it
recorded as
puts it
well.
together pretty well.
Oh, it puts it together fantastically well.
And then it might inspire you to then create like a proper video from those videos.
Yeah.
You might like to make a few tweaks and things like that, but essentially it's given you the storyline for your family video, home videos.
Oh, it's awesome.
How good is that?
I think it's great.
I really like it. Another one of my favorite aspects of social media creating positive impact worldwide is the discovery of music. The amount of artists that I have found because it was used in someone's reel from their holiday. I've created a playlist of all the great songs that I found. My number one band/trio that I have found from social media is an English band called Tors, Tors. They just do these videos out in the countryside of England and sing in these massive churches, and their harmonies are just incredible. But the lyrics to their songs are so beautiful, so wholesome, so real, so down to earth. And if you search Tours on Instagram or TikTok, you're going to find the most beautiful reels.
I
They're
love
incredible.
I do love that about Instagram, is that you can scroll and you just see that music line down the bottom,
and it has it tagged with the
and you
artist.
save it, and like next thing you know, it's in your car, you're playing it. It's just a feel good.
Yeah,
Love it.
like literally you may have found it in your lunch break, then for your drive home or your commute home, you've got that in your playlist. Because a lot of the apps now have a direct add this to your Apple Music playlist or add this to your Spotify playlist. And I think that's so cool. Have you got any favorites from
I
socials?
definitely have Drake Milligan.
He's great.
He's a country singer from the US. He came onto the world stage, I think, probably 4, maybe 5 years ago.
He was
now.
on a singing show?
Yeah, he was on America's Got Talent.
Oh, cool.
And I saw him. Well, I heard his first ever performance, which was on America's Got Talent, and everyone loved him. And it just sounded really, really nice, like really good. Like
he's got a great voice. It's very deep.
But because it was through TV, it didn't sound or look as good. But then you put it onto like your Apple Music, and it sounded so good. Yeah. It was amazing. Like Spotify, it was fantastic. Loved it. Yeah. So Drake Milligan, he's a favorite.
Yeah.
Cooper Allen.
Cooper Allen, yes.
Jesus Saves, great song.
It's very grounding, isn't it?
Country Christian song.
Yeah.
Like that just sounds, I love it. It sounds so good.
I love country music though, because country music is so storytelling.
Yeah.
People are like, I don't like country music. I'm like, do you not like stories then?
Oh no.
Look, no, I understand people have their preferences, but yeah, you've got a few in here. I've got the playlist, so hopefully we will be able to make this a public playlist that you guys, Chairlift Chat listeners, can listen to once you have caught up on all the episodes of Chairlift Chats. But some of the other artists we have in here are Mark Amber. He's been a big one on TikTok. Again, similar to Tours in like wholesome, groovy summer vibe. I love Road Trips by the 502s, Carry You Home, Alex Warren. That was a big one on Instagram with like the wedding dances and everything.
I listened to it today in the car. I
Yeah,
listened to the whole
the whole
playlist,
playlist. I did too.
and it was.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, they're nice songs. They're really good, easy to listen.
Yeah. There's also good covers. Like there's a Miley Cyrus cover of Flowers by Chris Cron, and it's really good. It's kind of like Beach Boys vibe.
And it all comes from
Social
scrolling
media.
scrolling on the socials. I think that's really cool. I want to go into a good news story now, and I saw this on the Good News channel. Just scrolling through,
I do love that channel. Yeah.
and this is something that was quite powerful. Now, the algorithm, again, going back to the algorithm of what Facebook does, it was listening to a young girl who was apparently the phone like alerted police to go to her home and save her life because she was about to commit suicide.
All right.
And like full on, like it's a very scary thing. This woman must have been so alone, feeling so down on herself, but she, for whatever reason, was talking out loud, and the phone heard, alerted police,
What?
and they went round and they saved her before she did something that would have ended her life potentially. Like so. I
Whoa.
think in that instance, it's scary knowing that your phone's listening to you like that, but pretty powerful as well.
How to save a
How to
life.
save a life. So I suppose if you're feeling bad out there, just tell your phone and the police will come and help you
That's
out.
pretty insane, though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Wow.
thought that was a cool story. And then another one I saw, which I have to share, a guy that builds tiny houses is doing it for the homeless. Now, that's awesome. If you have got a business and building tiny homes, they're great because they're obviously very small, they're very functional, they're very handy. You can put them on trailers and drive them around. You can get around the country, find work here or there. It's great. I think it's awesome that this guy, this young gentleman, was out there, have a business of building tiny homes, and he was building them for the homeless. I think
This
that's
is very new too, as well.
very
His name's
powerful.
Ryan. He's from Toronto, Canada.
Okay.
And he was concerned about the level of homelessness in like his home city, and so and with what's happened to his brother, that was the inspiration. And he does have a construction background as well, and he was thought, let's put my skill
To
to
work.
work.
Mm.
And so what he's creating, they're essentially like a really really tiny home on wheels. And I was reading it said. He spent over 100 hours working on the prototypes, and he's actually got an official non-profit organisation called Tiny Tiny Homes. So check it out. But they're insulated, waterproof, and watertight. Solar power to light them. They've got a window and a door, a bit of storage as well for any personal belongings.
Nice.
Um, Features a bed and the bed that's convertible into a lounge as well. So, and a camping toilet as well. So
Mm.
something really super practical.
And for someone that's homeless as well, if you like, sometimes homeless people might have a little bit of money behind them, like potentially a car or even a trailer. If you can put a tiny house on your car, you've literally got a home that you can drive around the whole country with. Australia is a big country, or the world's big. You can drive anywhere with it. You can find work somewhere,
Yeah.
and you can, pick up little bits of money here or there and just try and get around. People do it.
Yeah,
Like
and it just
it's
goes to
it's
show that
incredible.
this is just what one guy is doing. Imagine if we all band together to help. And I think help is always needed and it's all around. You don't have to go far to help people. So look to your own community, your own town.
100%. Great couple of good news stories there to share. I had to share them for this week. They were really cool, caught my eye. So, Chels, tell us the quote of the week.
Quote of the week.
I can see it here. Do you want me to say it?
Yeah,
Music,
you can say it. Yeah.
music can change the world because it can change people.
That is from Bono, the Irish singer. I
Ah,
was inspired by that because I've been watching The Perfect Couple, and the main girl in that is his daughter, actually. But I love this because we've talked a lot about music today and kind of the power, how your social media can change the world, music and lyrics can change the world. So
music and
onward
lyrics.
and upward.
Onward and upward. I like that quote. That's really cool. And I see you've added an act of kindness for the week as
Yeah,
well.
so this week, super simple, super easy. Send someone a song that makes you think of them. You know, when you hear a song on your radio and or whatever it might be, like I'll hear a Keith Urban song and that will remind me of my friend in England. So I'll just send it to her or send a reel of a song in it and send it to a friend. With social media, we are able to stay connected with people all over the world. And that is so lucky because when you think of the olden days, they couldn't do that. And so why not just, with access to this, send someone a song that reminds you of them.
Send someone a song.
I'll send you a song this week.
I'm going to send my girlfriend a song, and I'm going to maybe embarrass her a little bit here, but I think she deserves it because she's great. Monica, you're a great girl, but 5'9" by Tyler Hubbard. That song reminds me of you because you're 5'9", you've got the brunette hair. Listen to those lyrics, and Tyler Hubbard, thank you for making that song. I love it.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love it.
So yeah, good little good. I like that. Good little act of kindness for the week. So happy days.
Happy days.
Well, that wraps up the podcast for another week.
Make sure you're following
it. We've been talking about socials the whole time, so get on, subscribe to our podcast.
Chairlift Chatss, 2 S's at the end.
Spotify, Apple Music, Facebook, YouTube. Get on. Say good day to us. Send us a message. We'd love to hear from you. We'll see you next week. So, yeah.
What?